This tearful mom was hauled in front of a judge, but then she made a heartbreaking revelation. When Andrea Rogers appeared in front of Judge Frank Caprio at Providence Municipal Court in early 2017, the Warwick, Rhode Island woman was near rock bottom. So when the time came for the then 35-year-old to address the bench and make her case, she came clean with a heartbreaking revelation. There were cameras in the court that day, and they recorded the reaction of the presiding judge to Rogers' pitiful plight. And Caprio's astonishing verdict was subsequently watched by millions of viewers after the video of the proceedings went viral. Judge Caprio is well known to television fans as the star of Caught in Providence. This syndicated reality TV show televises the drama of actual petty misdemeanor court cases in Providence, Rhode Island. However, the distinguished 81-year-old has been gracing the country's courtrooms long before he became a television personality. Born in Providence in November 1936, Caprio was a child of the Great Depression, and he faced financial hardship from a very early age. However, thanks to his hard-working immigrant father and his tight Italian-American family, there was always food on the table and love to go around. In July 2017, Caprio recalled the privations of his early years to UK tabloid The Daily Mail. "My father was born in Teano, Italy, and he came to America as a young man," he explained. "He was a fruit peddler and he married my mom, who was the firstborn of immigrant parents. My father was one of 10 children and my mother was one of 8. They lived in an area called Federal Hill, sort of the Little Italy of Providence." He continued, "It was a very close-knit family who had very few, if any, material possessions. We lived in cold water flats, so called because we didn't have hot running water. We lived across the street from the bathhouse that served the community." Nevertheless, the young Caprio saw a way out. Encouraged by his parents, the teenage Caprio washed dishes and waited tables to fund his college education. He later attended Suffolk University Law School in Boston, Massachusetts, before establishing a law firm in his hometown. But while Caprio had become a successful lawyer, he never forgot his roots and the struggles impoverished people can face. It must have been with this in mind that when confronted by a visibly upset mom in his courtroom in February 2017, Judge Caprio decided to hear her story out. However, the Providence lawman could never have predicted the heartbreak that the distressed defendant had been concealing. The woman in question was Andrea Rogers, who was appearing in court on account of several unpaid parking tickets stretching back more than a decade. The unemployed mother of 4 appeared to be unaware about 5 of the more dated fines, but her personal unhappy circumstances meant that she could recall her most recent traffic violations as well. In the subsequent episode of Caught in Providence, Rogers is seen telling Judge Caprio about how a series of misfortunes had led to her appearance in court. "I went to Social Security because they'd cut my check because my son was recently killed last year. So they cut my check because he had owed money," she explains before the cameras as her tears begin to flow. "When I came out, I had a ticket." And apparently this scenario was repeated when she had gone to unsuccessfully appeal against an eviction order. Rogers goes on to testify that with no Social Security in place to live, she'd sought professional advice but had picked up yet another ticket in the process. "I get another one because I try to go to legal services to try and help fix this," she says. "I go to get some change out of Dunkin' Donuts, come out, I got a $100 ticket. It's like I can't win." But Judge Caprio then stops Rogers to ask her to rewind and expand more on the incident with Social Security and her boy. "My son was killed last year," she explains. "They said that he owed $75 of overpayment from May of 2016. Mind you, he was already deceased at that time, so what they did was they stopped my whole check until I went in there to fix the problem." At this point in the trial, it seems that the judge has heard enough, and it looks like he's about to start making his deliberations. However, before he can even begin summing up, let alone deliver a verdict, Rogers interrupts with one final emotional plea. She tells him, "I've had a tough year already, Your Honor." Anticipating a fine, a by now distraught Rogers adds, "I'm on SSDI, Social Security Disability Insurance. I don't have money to give you. On top of whatever else, I really don't. I just had to come up with money for a new apartment. I'm still paying for my son's funeral. Like, I don't know where this money's supposed to come from." Following Rogers' appearance and Caught in Providence, the truly tragic details of the death of her eldest child, Michael, emerged. Allegedly, the 19-year-old had been fatally stabbed by his maternal uncle, Jared, following a family disagreement in early May 2016. To add to Rogers' torment, on the night in question, her brother had asked that she give him a lift, which she had refused. The grieving mom subsequently felt that if she complied with his request, the fatal incident would not have occurred. And in the video of her appearance before Judge Caprio, Rogers reveals her sense of guilt over Michael's death. "I wish I could have got Jared that day and he wouldn't have killed my son," she tells the bench. "That's why my son's gone. I'm just really having a tough time, Your Honor." In response, an understanding Judge Caprio addresses a tearful defendant. "I think we can all express our sympathy to you and understand the trauma that you've experienced," he says. "I'm going to take all the circumstances that you just explained to me into consideration." As a result, the judge agrees to fine Rogers a nominal $50. "How much time do you need to pay it?" he asks the grieving mom, who replies that she has the cash on her person. However, when asked, Rogers goes on to admit that she'll only have $5 left after paying the charge. However, leaving Rogers practically penniless does not sit with Judge Caprio. He goes on to say, "I'm not going to leave you with $5. I'm going to dismiss everything." Clearing his throat, the judge dismisses the defendant, saying, "With our best wishes and hope that things turn around good for you. Good luck to you." Following her reality TV appearance, Rogers' heartbreaking story went viral. The Caught in Providence footage was titled "Tough Year" on the show's YouTube channel, where it garnered more than 1 million views. Subsequently, Rogers received an outpouring of support and donations from around the globe. So, thanks in part to the compassion Caprio, things finally started to look up for the bereft mom. She told the Daily Mail, "I think he's a really nice judge because he gives people a break when he thinks they need it. I want him to know that I really appreciate what he did for me and thank him a lot." Check out these other videos from Let Me Know. If you haven't made the move to subscribe to our channel, all you need to do is click on that red subscribe button. Thank you for watching.